Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Be renewed with Abosed Day. On this channel, as you all know, we talk about family, love, and lifestyle. And today, we're going to continue our knowledge sharing on the things we need to do to improve our marriages, the things we need to do right. So, but before I go on, I would like to pray that God rest the soul of Sylvester or Romani of Dowen College. And I also pray that God will comfort his family and help them to get justice. I have my thoughts. My reflections. I have things to say about that situation and generally about bullying, about struggles that our children have, but it's not going to be today. So I'm going to be doing that very soon with a couple of friends. So, like I said, we're going to continue our discussion on the different kinds of knowledge that we need to have to improve our marriages, things that we do that affect our marriages negatively and that we need to work on them. So, number one thing I'm going to be talking about today is when you refuse to get out of your past. You know, some people have been married for 10, 20, 25 years, and they still remain in their past. That is one thing that is, that affects your relationship with your spouse. If you refuse to get away from your past, either because you've been abused or because you still long for your ex, is either of the two, But whatever it is important for you to move away from your past. Let your past be in your past so that you will enjoy your present relationship, so that you will enjoy your marriage. For example, if you were abused in your previous relationship and you carry it on into your marriage, into your present relationship with either your husband or your wife, it brings about frictions. It brings about a lot of confusion and misunderstandings, So the best you can do for yourself to get out of that is to talk to yourself, talk to someone, try to heal. And you know why it is important for you to heal from your past? It is important for you to heal so that your husband and your children will not be healing from you. Stay away from your past. Let your past be in your past. And if you are the type that, you still long for your ex, you should ask yourself this question. Why didn't your ex choose you? The answer that I can give you right now is two answers. It's either you're not good enough for him or her, or God just helped you out of his mercy, out of his love, to be out of that relationship so that you will not be subjected to everlasting torture. So that may be the reason, So it is for your own good and for the good of your husband or your wife to let your past be your past. If you want to enjoy your marriage, it is important for you to deal with your past. Let your past remain in your past. Stop longing for what you will never get. And heal from every wound. It's not easy, but you can achieve it. You can do it. Like I said, you need to heal so that your spouse and your children will not be healing from you. Then another thing that affects our marriage negatively is lack of trust. I've heard and seen some people, and I just don't know, how I feel when some people say some things. If you don't trust your spouse, if there's breakdown of trust, how do you intend to move on? How do you intend to enjoy your marriage? Some women, they can't just stand seeing their husband talk to another woman, talk to their colleagues, without thinking of something, without thinking of something else. Likewise, some men. You need to trust your spouse. Well, I'm not taking out the fact that some people are serial cheaters. Some people must have cheated one time or the other. But if you have a spouse that has cheated on you before, and you are convinced that this person is not doing it anymore, at least give them some benefit of doubt. Build that trust. It's not easy. Like I always say, I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not a therapist of any kind, but there are some things that, yes, we can gradually, walk up to. But most importantly, it is good to trust your spouse. Some men, oh my God. I remember years back when I was still very, very young. I wasn't married then. We used to have a neighbor like that anytime the wife goes out, this man would be so angry. This man would always, abuse her for wearing beautiful clothes. Anytime she goes out, it's always like, where are you coming from? Why are you so late, All because he didn't trust her. And some people don't trust their spouse because they do not even trust themselves. Because they know that is what they would do. So whatever it is, whatever situation it is important to build trust. Build trust in your relationship. If you want your wife to trust you, or you want your husband to trust you, don't do things that will make him lose his or her trust in you. Trust is very important in any relationship. Apart from marriage, trust is very, very key. So, it is for us to make our marriages work, for us to enjoy our relationship. Please, let us learn to trust ourselves. And then, another thing I want to talk about is the issue of money. That thing is very sensitive. But my own is this. A relationship without money, irrespective of who is bringing in the money, is heading for commotion. No matter what, no matter how little it is, money is important in any marriage. Because you need to meet your daily needs. You need to provide for your children. Sometimes I laugh because when people say some things, it just makes me, laugh. I read somewhere where someone said, oh, as long as there's peace of mind, some people don't bother about money or sex. It is all lies. Money is important in any relationship. As a man, don't be lazy. Go out there and make money. As a woman too, don't rely on your husband for everything. Money is not sexually transmitted. You work for it. Money is not sexually transmitted. You need to work for your own money. Don't rely on your husband to always provide everything for you. Make money. Engage in businesses. Do things that will help provide for your family. Marriage without money is not easy, so don't let us deceive ourselves. No matter how little, just make sure you're making something, and then you can plan on whatever you're making. Money is key. And then the next thing I want to discuss, but that I'm just going to, talk briefly on it because I intend to speak about it sometimes later. The next thing is sex. For the over spiritual people that, I don't know what to call them. They might want to say, why would she be talking about sex? Sex is important in any marriage. People always say this, that, the highest thing, the best thing you can give a man is respect. Yes, I do not dispute that. I don't at all. Respect is key. I've heard someone said, the best you can give a man is respect, because you can get sex anywhere, you can get food anywhere. But let me ask you, do you want your husband to get sex in any other place other than your bed? That's a question for you to answer. Yes, you need to respect your husband. But sex is also very important, because no matter how much you respect your husband, no matter how much you cook for him, no matter how much you dote on your husband, no matter how much you wash his clothes, do everything, cook different kinds of soup, if you don't give him good sex, then he's going to go out. And all that respect that we're talking about will fly out of the window. Because the moment you find out that your husband is cheating, then you don't respect him anymore. So sex is good. And I know that there are reasons why people don't enjoy sex, which I'm going to talk about later, maybe in my next video. There are a couple of things why people don't enjoy sex. So as a couple, you need to sit down and talk about it. Talk about it. Don't deprive your husband of sex. Husbands, don't deprive your wife of sex. You don't deprive him. You think as a woman that, you think as a woman she shouldn't care about sex because, she's a mother, she should be busy with her children. No. Women like to have sex too. Not everybody, but some women. So please, as a husband, a father, a friend, you shouldn't, deprive your wife of good sex. Likewise, women, don't deprive your husband of sex, because that's one of the things that kills marriages. When a man has to beg you all the time, when a man starts to feel that, he's not wanted, definitely he would go out to look for sex. And all those respect that you have for him, because the moment you find out that he's cheating, all those respect will fly out of the window. Don't deprive yourselves of sex. Sex is therapeutic. It is good. It is relaxing. So have sex. Enjoy yourself. That is why you are married. No, not the only thing, but that's one of the reasons why you are married. So enjoy yourself. Then the last thing I want to talk about, because there are so many things that I would have loved us to discuss, but the few things I've been able to bring up, I am sure it's going to help someone. It's going to bless some homes. So the last thing, which is the most important thing, that after everything that we've discussed, after everything I've said, that is very, very important, is communication. When there is breakdown of communication in any marriage, then there's a big problem. Because everything that I've been saying all this while, everything that I've been saying in my previous videos has to do with communication. You need to discuss with your spouse. You need to ask questions. You people need to sit down and talk about your fears. Talk about things that you like. If you have problems with your spouse, if your spouse is not doing anything right, communicate. Don't just keep quiet. There are situations where some ladies will tell you that I am tired of talking. That is why I just decide to keep quiet. Yes, sometimes you get tired of talking. The same thing goes for the men. Sometimes they get tired of talking. But the thing is this. If you stop talking, if you stop discussing with your spouse, then you are inviting problems. Because your spouse will just be assuming if you don't communicate. So communication is very key. Very, very important. It can never, ever be overemphasized. Please, let us learn to communicate. If you do not enjoy something, say it. If you don't like something, say it. If you like it, say it. Appreciate your spouse. Communication is very key. When there's breakdown of communication, then the marriage is nothing. The marriage is, as far as I'm concerned, is no more in existence. It's just like you're living like as co-tenants. Because how can you be in a home with someone that you call your wife or your husband and you people don't talk? Because you think, if you say this, it's going to take you the wrong way. You need to find a balance. Both of you need to come into an agreement. So you have to communicate. It's just that sometimes the way we communicate too matters. Some people don't know how to talk. So go and learn those things. Talk to yourself before talking to your spouse. Ask yourself, if my wife talked to me like this, will I take it am I going to like it? Or if my husband talks to me like this, am I going to like it? So ask yourself questions before you open your mouth to say anything that will bring about issues. Communication is key in any marriage. For your marriage to work, learn to communicate, and learn to communicate in a very, very loving manner. You can be firm. You can disagree, but disagree in a way that there will not be breakdown of communication. That is very important. Another thing that I would like to talk about, which is the last one, is prayers. When there's lack of prayers in a home, when you don't pray, it's just like a beautiful house without a roof. Everything will get inside. When it's raining, it will come into the house. When there's sun, every garbage will just be coming into your life. When you're prayerless in your relationship, in your marriage, then you're open to all sorts of distractions. Prayer is key. Prayer is very important. I understand it. I love it because it is doing things. Things that sometimes you cannot handle by yourself. But when you put it in prayer, I'm telling you, you'll be amazed what God can do. So prayer is very, very important. If you have not been praying together, you can start now. It's never too late. So that's all I have for you for now. Like I said, in my next video, I'm going to talk more about sex. Yes, why people don't enjoy sex. We talk about it. We say have sex in your marriage. It is important to keep you people together. But there are situations when people don't enjoy it. And there are a couple of reasons why people don't enjoy sex in their marriages. So stay tuned and, expect something. Like I said, I always say I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not a sex therapist. You know, I'm not a therapist of any kind. But, you know, I'm experienced. I'm a realist. So I'm a wife. I'm a mother. So I know what it is that I can do or that I've been doing to make my marriage work. And I want families to work. I love it. I am so excited. You know, anytime I see families working, anytime I hear testimonies of families, I just love it. So we're going to be talking about that, sex, in my next video. I love it. So it's very important. It's a very important topic. So stay tuned. And like I always say, keep prevailing. Don't stop discovering. And you will always be renewed. Stay blessed. Love you. Have a blessed day. Bye.